You're listening to The Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio New Jersey with local credit experts Damon DiCrescenzo and attorney Jason Kaplan. Now, here's Jason and Damon.
Welcome back, Jersey. It's The Credit Pros on the Real Estate Radio Network. I'm Jason Kaplan, credit expert, so they say, with my partner Damon DiCrescenzo. He's the guy that opens the mail.
Thanks for listening to the Credit Pros. If you're just joining us, we've had some awesome information from Rocco Prepaid Legal. Also knocked around a couple of squirmy credit moments. And if you want to speak with us, give us a call. The boards are lighting up today. We have a couple of interesting calls on the line, but give us a call at 973-771-5118. Any of your credit questions, any of your real estate questions, if you have a question for Rocco Prepaid Legal, 973-771-5118. But I wanted to dive into, and we do this every week, what they don't want you to know.
Now, time for what they don't want you to know.
And when we say this, what they don't want you to know means the banks, the credit card companies, anyone the bureaus, collection agencies, your bank, your savings bank. There's plenty they don't want you to know because they want your money in their pocket. I have something that's really irritating me, but you know what? Here, I'm going to change it on the fly. This is something that's really bothered me. My bank is charging me an ATM fee, right? Not an ATM fee when I go to my bank and get my money. My bank charges me an ATM fee when I go to another bank and get my money. So I charge my money at an ATM fee at Chase, and I bank at Citibank. So Chase charged me $4 on Staten Island and Arden Avenue to collect the money that's already mine. And then Citibank charged me $3, and then they upped my monthly fee because I went over my limit of collecting my money. So at the end of the day, there's one transaction to take out $100 wound up costing me $10.
Didn't you also bring up, weren't you yelling at me in the car ride over here that they charged you extra money as well because you accidentally pressed that you wanted to see your balance?
Started with that. These animals that run these banks, they don't want you to know these things. And if you ask, they're not so forthcoming. But guess what the first screen is at the Chase Bank that took $4 of my money? The first screen is, ding, would you like to check your balance? I clicked yes because, like a monkey, I'm programmed to do things a certain way. Like Pavlov's dog, the bell rings, we salivate. So I pressed yes, bing, because it's usually, do you want to get cash? Bing, yes, no. Now it's, do you want to see your balance? Bing, yes, $4 to see my balance. Thank you very much, $4. Now, bing, would you like to get cash? Yes, $4. And then Citibank fees. Is that a joke? That's a joke.
It is. Here's what you do, and here's how Citibank works, or at least most banks. First off, they give you a promotional rate, so they don't charge you a monthly fee. Don't ever pay monthly fees for your checking account. If you don't have enough money in it to get a free one, always go in and talk to someone in the bank, get a personal relationship with the guy that sits at the tables behind where you're allowed to walk, because they can always waive your fees for 12 months and you don't get charged the finance fees. Secondly, there aren't any fees for credit card processing. So once a week or a couple times a week when you need to have cash on you, go to the ATM machine and go to your bank. But otherwise, just pay if you don't have cash with your debit card.
Listen to you. I say life happens in circumstances that we do not expect, and it's just a series of patterns of circumstances we do not expect. Who plans for their life as well as you say?
It's like my mother. My mother always taught me, and anytime we ever needed money, there was always an emergency $20 bill behind her driver's license in the wallet. I guess you use that for emergencies. You got to think ahead.
You do have to think ahead, but regretfully, thinking ahead wasn't always my strong suit.
And if you're wealthy enough, unlike Damon, instead of taking out $100 for $8, you should take out $300 for $8, and your rate of return is definitely changed.
Listen to him.
That's like the Atlantic City thing.
Yeah.
In Vegas, you take out a whole bunch, so you only get hit once at the ATM.
That's
exactly.
right.
But in Atlantic City, what's the ATM fees in Atlantic City? Like $9.
They'll hand it to you. Forget about what a strip club is. If you're just joining us, this is the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio Network. You've learned what ATMs cost in a strip club and also in Atlantic City. Give us a call. We'd like to speak with you. Our number is 973-771-5118. We have 2 slots open on the boards, 973-771-5118. How about we take a call, guys?
Sounds good to me.
Hey, thanks for calling the Credit Pros. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, my name's Mary Jo. I'm calling from Whippany.
Hey, Mary Jo, what's going on? How can we help you?
Well, I recently got a new job on Wall Street, and I've been out of work for a really long time, so this is like a great thing for me.
Congrats.
Thank you. The problem is my credit rating isn't so good, and I was wondering if my new job is allowed to look at my credit report and if that could ruin my job.
Yeah, well, in the short answer, yes, they can look at your credit score and your credit report, and you're going to give them authorization to do that. And so here's the catch. Down on Wall Street or in the financial sector or in the military, they sort of use your credit report as an indicator of the kind of person that you are. For example, if you're working with other people's money, they want to see that you're responsible with your own. If you're working in the hospitality industry or working in a restaurant somewhere, I'm not so sure they'd pull your credit, but definitely in the money sector, they're going to look at it, and you may have some splaining to do.
But here's what you could do. Just take a deep breath. Is your credit that bad?
It's not great. I mean, I was out of work for a while, and in order to buy groceries, I had to use my credit cards.
Okay, well, all you need to do is, if they ask you about it or you fill that out, you give an explanation. Or you can write an explanation letter and put that on your credit report.
I think that it is a completely reasonable explanation that you have. If you've been out of work for that long, you need to eat. You need to provide for your family.
Of course.
And I think that you should do everything that you can do to improve your credit now in advance of you going into that interview, so that this way you know what your credit score is and you've done everything you can do to improve it. But I also say that, and this is maybe just me speaking, if you're taking care of your family and done the things that you've needed to do, and you explain that to them, and they don't cut you a little bit of slack, then maybe that job's not worth it in the end.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you have any other questions, give us a ring, 973-771-5118. We'd love to speak with you. I wish you the best at your new job. Thank you so much for calling. Stay in touch with us. Let us know how it goes.
Thank you. I will.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Are you there?
Can you hear, bud?
Yeah, this is Mike from Parsippany.
No, hold on. I'll throw it to you, okay? Give us a sec.
Okay.
All right, let's go to another caller. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, this is Mike from Parsippany.
Mike, what's going on, my man? How can we help?
Nothing, man. Good. I was just wondering, is prepaid legal, and do I have to sign a long-term contract?
That's a good question. Rocco, let me throw it to you. What do you got?
So there's about 1.7 million families who own our plan, as I mentioned, and everybody pays for it month to month. There's no long-term contract. We're confident enough that once a member uses the plan, they're going to have an incentive to realize that they're getting more value than what they're paying for by a long shot. And the only thing that we do is we ask members when they come aboard to pay a one-time $10 enrollment fee.
Okay.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
Why don't you give Rocco a call, take down his information, you give him a ring after the show, and maybe you and he can talk about taking the next step. His number is 732-961-6603. Thanks so much for calling the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio.
Oh, thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Awesome information. Really appreciate that, Rocco. You know, it brings me to something, too. You and I were talking about it before. I know, and again, from a business perspective, there is a very real opportunity to make money with prepaid legal. I want you to speak a bit about that because I want you to educate me because I want to make some money with you. Tell me what's going on there.
So from the business opportunity side, there's a ton of different ways to come aboard with our company as an opportunity to make some money. You can go through the direct market and help us recruit other associates that might be looking to earn either a part-time income or even a full-time career like myself. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to come from a background of being a lawyer or somebody that's worked in insurance before. We have people that come from all different walks of life that have joined our business. Some people come in to our business where they're looking to pick up maybe an extra 6 to 10 hours a week to drive an extra $1,000 a month into their household. And then we have people that are making millions of dollars that have been with the company for a long time and have built a nice business. We're all independent associates, and the concept is team.
I think that it's an easy sell when you're offering someone something so clear in regards to a need, and then coupled with the opportunity to make good money offering that service. I think it's absolutely a win-win.
It is a feel-good story, Damon. No, I've in other things that I've sold in the past and been a part of. Sometimes it's kind of you have to have the value proposition really has to be worth more than what the people are spending. And over again, as I've looked around at different things that have been out there, this is the one company that's drawn me back to having something that really does put more than what somebody's paying for. So
yeah, I think that you need to really truly believe in what it is that you're doing, and I can tell that about you, and I know that really conveys to our audience as well. Well, listen, if you have any questions for Rocco Cilio at Prepaid Legal, pick up the phone and give him a call. He's well educated in what he's offering, and I think that really it's something truly valuable and truly necessary in today's world. Give him a call at 732-961-6603. Again, 732-961-6603. If you're just joining us, this is the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio Network. Give us a call, the Credit Pros, Jason Kaplan, expert credit attorney, and myself, Damon. We're happy to speak with you about your credit problems, about your legal problems, and see if we can get you over the hump and making some money this year. Our number is 973-771-5118. Again, 973-771-5118, or on the web at creditrepair.to.
It's Credit True or False.
So we also want to talk about some credit truth or dare.
I love truth or dare. I want you to run around the room naked.
We're going back to
let's do some credit true and false, Damon. How's that today? Truth or dare will come to next week.
I could only imagine what credit truth or dare would actually look like. It'd probably be a scary thing. Okay, so I'm going to throw one at you, Jason. Here, this one will be for you, and we always kid about this because this is a fun one. Credit true or false? You can have an 850 credit score.
Technically, it's true, but it really is false. The credit scoring model goes from 300 to 850. So technically, 850 is the best credit score you can have. I don't think on record there's ever been anyone with an 850 credit score.
I don't think so either. I think that 1600 in the SATs, which most people would probably compare it to, is achievable. You get all the answers right, you have that 1600. I don't think that same methodology applies.
I don't think it does either. I don't think there's ever been a circumstance. The highest credit score I've ever seen, and I've only seen a handful in the 800s. The highest credit score I ever saw was, I think, an 833. I think was the highest. You just don't get there because there's way too many factors. But for all intensive purposes, if someone has a credit score of 750 or higher, you're really going to have A+ credit. In fact, nowadays, I think it might be even lower. If you have a 720 or higher, you have A+ credit.
Right, and there may be some people out there, you listening to me, and you may disagree with me. Say, my cousin's Uncle Joey has an 850. I throw down the gauntlet. If you know someone that has an 850 credit score and can bring to me a credit report, certifiable, not the person, the credit report, and bring to me a credit report that has an 850 credit score, I will give a bounty of $1,000.
Sounds good. How about $1,000 we'll give plus we'll do some credit repair on their nearest relative without the 850 credit score.
Right, who probably needs it.
It probably needs it very badly.
Okay, so
it just doesn't happen.
Call us. If you know someone with an 850 credit score, I want to speak to that Houdini. Call us at 973-771-5118. Again, 973-771-5118. And I'll even give you a piece. Well, it depends. Who gets the bounty? The person who brings them in, not the person with the 850. They don't need the money. They have an 850 credit score.
That's probably true. They can break it up any way they want to. It's now official. It's the 850 Credit Pro Challenge.
Yes, the bounty. We have another credit true or false. Here we go. And this one is, again, a little bit subjective. I have my opinions on it, and I think that I know. But credit card companies, when they send you something that says you're pre-approved, blink, 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 pre-approved, does it really mean that you're pre-approved?
No, that's false.
False.
It does not mean you're pre-approved. Rocco, you get any of those things in the mail?
Yeah, just about once a month, I would say.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They're selling your stuff. And we talk about this all the time. They're selling your stuff. They're selling it to these marketers that are sending you all this stuff. But from my own personal experience and from what I know and what I communicate to my clients is when you get a letter that says you're pre-approved and you call and then you're transferred to some podunk town in the Philippines where they don't barely know English, let alone your name, and you give them this hash number. Well, look, my pre-approval code is 465464, and they're like 46 and blah, whatever. Because at the end of the day, they're just trying to make their phone ring. And the approval isn't worth the paper that it's written on.
Is it like the guy that's on the commercials where you call to cash in your rewards points?
Yeah.
On the other end of
the phone? This is Betty.
Yeah, that's it.
That's David Spade, right?
So it's the same kind of a thing. You never get to the right person. And even still, even if you do, make no mistake, you read the fine print on that letter that you've received, they are reserving the right to decline you for any reason. And you make a bet that information is based on preliminary information that they've purchased, and we've gone through this before. They've purchased your information, but they're still going to go through with you how much you make. They're still going to pull another credit report for you. They're still going to go through these details with you to make sure that you're not in any sort of crisis right now. Or they may approve you. They may just approve you. Whatever the case may be, that is not your golden ticket. It's not your ticket to ride.
Absolutely not. And it's important to realize that, because although inquiries don't really affect your score that much, if you start answering every single pre-approval letter, it could start building up on you. So don't believe that writing. If you have bad credit, there's other ways to get credit and for us to help you. Let's do it the right way, not the fast and what seems like the easiest way.
Well said, counselor. And that brings us to another end of a wonderful, wonderful week here at the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio. I want to take a second and thank our guest, Rocco Cilio from Prepaid Legal Services. If you have problems and you are thinking about your credit, if you have problems with debt and things like that, I suggest you give us a call at 973-771-5118. If you've enjoyed the conversation with Rocco at Prepaid Legal and you want to discuss enrolling or the business opportunity that he discussed, pick up the phone and call him as well. 732-961-6603. I'm going to say it again for you. 732-961-6603, or email him, rcilio@prepaidlegal.com. So this is the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio. Next week, we're going to have some awesome information and a very special guest. I'm lining that up in my pocket, but it's going to be really a wonderful treat for everyone. I suggest that you join us next Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. here on 1250 a.m. New Jersey.
And we're also putting together a lot of credit repair calls for you.
Oh, yeah, collection calls. Crazy collection calls, all with a K. So join us next week. We'd love to have you. Again, this is Damon and Jason from the Credit Pros. If you have any off-air questions about credit or finance, pick up the phone and give us a ring. 973-771-5118. Again, 973-771-5118. Or on the web at creditrepair.to. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you very much, guys. See you next week.
For all your credit problems, concerns, or questions, call the show's off-air number at 973-771-5118 and speak to the hosts of the show, Damon DiCrescenzo and attorney Jason Kaplan, directly. 973-771-5118. This program is brought to you by the Real Estate Radio Network. Visit realestateradio.us for more info. That's realestateradio.us.
Hello, Jason Kaplan here, host of the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio New Jersey. I'm thrilled that I get to speak to you every week and bring you the truths about your credit. A lot of stuff you hear in the news is just flat out wrong. If you want the inside knowledge about what's going on with your credit, that's what I'm here for. Give me a call at 973-771-5118. That's 973-771-5118. Whether you're looking to buy a home, get a job, apply for car insurance, your credit's the most important factor in these decisions. I can help you make an educated decision about what's going on and what's best for you and your family. It's easy. I give you the real facts and you decide what to do from there. Just give me a call. I'm here to help. 973-771-5118. That's 973-771-5118. Or visit us online at creditrepair.to.
For all your credit problems, concerns, or questions, call the show's off-air number at 973-771-5118 and speak to the hosts of the show, Damon DiCrescenzo and attorney Jason Kaplan, directly. 973-771-5118. The preceding program was paid for by Real Estate Radio Network. The hosts are not an employee of WMTR or its parent company, Greater Media. The views and opinions expressed on the Credit Pros on Real Estate Radio New Jersey are not necessarily necessarily those of the staff and management of WMTR. Station management has not investigated the claims made in financial service spots that may air during this program. As always, it is advisable to consult a professional before making a major financial decision.